On tonight's show, we have Swiss fashion designer Samia Cader. And now for your host, KoolKard.
Okay. Hey.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kickin It with KoolKard show. This is KoolKard. I am your host. This is episode 194. We are racking it up. If this is your first time out of these 194 episodes, I invite you to subscribe. And then I invite you to invite somebody else to come and check us out over here. We're doing great things over here. I always have some great guests coming on the show. I do this for you. Can't do it without you. And I mean that. I bring these guests on for them to be transparent, for them to just take a journey through their life, through their trials, their tribulations, their triumphs, the successes of business, life, just everything that matters, right? We talk about that on here. This is like a TED Talk interview. We want to bring some value. We want to bring tools that you guys can take, put in your tool belt, and go out and be great. All right. So this ain't no bullshit show. Excuse my French. We're not on here to talk gossip. I'm trying to do this for the ecosystem, and I am doing this for the ecosystem. I want people to be great. I want people to accomplish their dreams. I want people to feel like they can have a resource and go get free information that is vital, that can be vital to their success, and not have people wanting something from them, right? Because a lot of times right now, people are wanting, they're taking, and they're not giving you what they're advertising. So here, it's all free game. I got a fashion designer, a Swiss fashion designer. She is, she is great. All right. She is phenomenal. She has great designs. Her mind is brilliant. You'll see in just a minute. I'll show you some of her work. And just speaking to her, you'll understand. We go way back though. Met her a long time ago, and we'll tap into that too. So we're catching up, man. It's been some years, but we're catching up. But yeah, without further ado, Samia Cader. She has her own design house, Samia Cader Designer Inc. All the way from Switzerland. She is now living in Vancouver. She has her own showroom. It's about to be a great show, y'all. Just hang in there. You're gonna see. Let's get it. Without further ado, Samia Cader, let's get it, y'all. Samia, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for inviting me. How you doing?
I had to have you on. You know, we go way back. People don't know. Listen, I met Samia in Atlanta, Georgia in 2013? When you were doing the internship with Def Jam, right?
Yeah. I was working for Def Jam as an intern because I had to do that for my school, university in Switzerland. And so what happened that day, when I met you, because, I had my condo in the building.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't too far from the Def Jam office because I was trying to figure out, to live around this place. And so my university in Geneva, they asked me to do an internship somewhere. And I was like, my dream was to be in the music industry at this time. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take this flight. I'm going to ATL. I'm going to meet people. And then this is how, probably I'm going to sign a contract somehow. I don't know how, but I did not know anyone out there. But right. Some people give me other contact that, and then step by step, I just got in. Just like that.
So you got in, and what were you doing for Def Jam? But hold on.
So I was doing graphic design.
Hold on. Let me reel this back in. I can't start my show without doing a prayer. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay. See
Okay,
that?
I gotta
If,
start every conversation with a prayer because before we get going, we gotta get it right with the Lord. Let me go. Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, we just thank you for Samia coming on the show. Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, being transparent and just sharing her gifts and her dreams, her aspirations. Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, we just thank you for life, love, happiness. We thank you for this platform, Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, that we can share vital information for people, Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus. They can just take it and go out and be great with. Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, we just thank you for life, love, happiness, the shoes on our feet, the clothes on our back, the food on our table as I pray each and every Tuesday night, Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus. We just thank you for just allowing us to continue keep coming on here, Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, and just blessing other people with value and with information, Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, and just speaking through you and just allowing you to carry us, Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, through an eloquent conversation. We just give you all the victory, all the glory, all the love, all the praise. In your name we pray. Amen. Had to do that. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I had to do that before we
that's
get
fine.
going. And a quick disclaimer, y'all. For some reason, see, she's in Vancouver right now. I don't know if we're having some technical difficulties across countries, but she might drop in and out. It just cuts off. I don't know.
I don't know.
But
I'm not in Africa. I'm in Canada. This is not even opposite side of the country.
I know. So I don't know. But anyway, if she does drop, she'll come right back. You know, we'll keep the show rolling. It's not gonna stop. But anyway, go ahead. The platform is yours. So you got in with Def Jam, and what exactly were you doing with Def Jam?
So I had to do like graphic design, recording video for the video clip, like background of the backstage. I mean, of the video clip.
Okay.
So I was going to the music, studio. I was working as well for Akon, and Boo at this time. Boo is Akon's brothers.
Right.
When he was managing that gym office, and then I was working for them, both of
Okay.
them. So I was doing all the flyers when they were doing event, inviting all the artists to come over to present any mixtape or whatever, and then I had to do flyers to invite people or whatever. So I was all in the visual aspect of that gym.
Okay.
So marketing, graphic design, logo. I done the logo for Boo as well back in the day.
So you were
Album
actually
cover, some of them.
so you actually went to school for graphic design, art
Yeah,
design, stuff like that, marketing, right?
yeah. I went to school, so I went to art school in Geneva as well, and then I was
Okay.
doing all the graphic design, and I had my own client as well. Like I was doing all the.
Ah, there she goes. I told y'all. Don't go nowhere though. She'll be right back. We're having some technical difficulties tonight, but we're gonna get through it. You know it's not gonna stop the show. There she goes. She's already back. See? All right. See, there she goes. You hey, look, do me a favor. Look at the camera. I don't want you looking cross-eyed looking at yourself
Okay,
the
yeah,
whole time.
I see that. I see the camera right now.
All right, yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, so I was doing all the graphic design logos, and my idea was to meet all these artists, all these people from the music industry. I was very curious to see how this thing works, and then I had no contact at all at this time. I was like, okay, how I'm gonna figure out this? I'm not even American. I'm Swiss, right? I had to get in there and then meeting people and then get the contact and
Right.
just hustling all the time, right?
And was
This
that
is
your
just what
was
I
that your
did.
first time in the U.S.?
Yeah, I mean, no, it wasn't my first time because I have family in the state as well, but it was my
Okay.
first time in ATL.
Okay.
So I did not know the city. I did not know anybody out there.
Okay.
And step by step, I start meeting people from the industry. And then when you start knowing people from the industry, then everybody know each other. So it's
Yeah,
quick,
for
right?
sure.
It goes quick.
Yeah.
So and then it's not like everybody, just like people that make big record in the industry as well.
Yeah.
And then so I was able to hang out with them, going to different events, private show, for artists, whatever. And then have to do presentation for music, whatever. So and then I was there like for a year approximately, and that's how I met you in the
Mm-hmm.
in this place because I had to find a place to go,
Yeah.
and
I didn't
then
even know
that's
I
how
didn't
I
even
met
know
you.
you were doing an internship. I just knew you like vanished.
Really?
You were here one day and gone the next. Like you vanished. Like, oh shoot. But yeah, so I didn't know you were doing an internship, so now it makes sense. Where did you go to after Atlanta? Did you go back
So
home?
after ATL, I went to LA because obviously people say you need to go to it because ATL is good, but for me it was like a little bit too ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Like it was too ghetto, too like that is not my level. I thought that I'm not like I get it, but that's not for me. That
Yeah.
is something
Yeah,
else,
just wasn't your
right?
cup of tea.
I got
Yeah.
it. You know, I have an education. I went to school. I graduated. I graduated, so it's hard for me to mix it up with everybody sometimes. But you know, I had. They say, okay, just go to LA. LA is good. It's a good place to be. And so I went. I took a flight and I went to LA and I stayed up for another 6 months.
Okay. So
So
what you're saying is basically Atlanta. You okay? So here's the thing. Where you lived, it's kind of upscale, whatever, right? But you were in the industry, so you're dealing with a lot of street guys, people from the streets. So is that kind of like the energy that you really didn't kind of gel with?
well, how can I say that? It was a lot of like it's hip hop and
Hip
R and
hop, yeah, yeah,
B,
yeah,
but it was mostly like hip hop, rap, and then a lot of
yeah.
rappers, and
So you're
then
dealing
all of
with you,
them.
yeah, you're dealing with a lot of ex street guys, ex dope boys, stuff like that. So
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. If that's and
yeah.
if that's not your thing, it's just not your thing. So there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, it's different. I get it. At this point, at this time, I was listening to a lot. I'm even now. I'm listening to a lot of rap music, and then I'm listening to the lyrics, and then this is what intrigued me. And then I was like, this is why I was attracted to come to the city because I
Right.
knew that was the city to be, and then to meeting people out there. And my idea was to direct, video clip, um, working with artists,
Mm,
dress them up, whatever, and then direct, maybe something, but it's a male industry. I found out that's a very machism is very high, like so high that I have issues with that.
yeah.
Honestly, it's just in a way that it's hard for a female to be there
Oh,
by
for sure.
herself,
Oh, for
trying to
sure.
make it with all this guy. That's is
Yep.
not.
All these
That's just not
guys
gonna
making
happen.
advances, all types of
So I
stuff.
thought maybe, yeah, because I thought maybe I should go back. I should go to LA. It might be a little bit better,
Yeah.
different level of
Yeah,
industry.
it's all
So
about
I went to
the
that.
injury. It's all about the. Oh well, there she goes. But she'll be right back. But yeah. So I'll just say this: it's one thing to enjoy the music, but to dive into the culture, sometimes it's a culture shock for people, and it just don't work. You know what I'm saying? So I was saying when you went off, I was explaining that it's one thing to love the music, but it's also a different type of culture. So it's a culture shock. So that might not have sat well with you or whatever. So and then I get it too. Like you're a woman in the industry. It's hard for women in the industry because I mean, let's just be clear. Guys are always making advances at the women. Sometimes it can
Yeah.
get uncomfortable, especially if you're the only woman in the room, type of thing. Um, I myself have been in the industry, so I know I know what goes on. I see what goes on, so I get it.
Yeah.
So how was LA for you? Was that different for you? Because I mean, there's that same element out there too. If you get mixed in with the
Yeah.
hip hop industry,
Yeah. It was just, it was just a different class, I would say.
okay,
Uh, but same, yeah, same thing. It's just like you have to go out and then, talk to people, put your limit, whatever you need to put the
yeah,
limit on. But it's just a different industry. It's
yeah,
just, this is why I switched to fashion because fashion was matching my energy, matching my personality,
yeah.
matching, yeah, at
It's
this
all about
point.
the energy. It's all
Yeah.
about the energy. So
And
go ahead, go ahead.
And then so what happened? So what happened is that I had to do two internships. First, I did it was before that gym. I was in the fashion industry.
Okay,
So I went to Paris at this time, and I did an internship for a company. It's called Bureau Betat, and I had to do all the fashion show for Christian Dior, Don Galliano. Where we had to set it up everything together
right,
for the for the camera, for the model to get it. So I was in the backstage working with them,
right.
and then I met the president of Christian Dior. A lot of people in the industry as well. So, and I really like that. I was like, this is really
Yeah,
my thing. I like it. And then
yeah,
there's all the model, like almost 2 meter, big dresses, makeup, hair, like the energy like was matching my energy. I really like
yeah.
it. So
It's different. Yeah, it's totally different culture, lifestyle. It's just totally different. Yeah. And if you come
yeah,
from
and then
fashion,
so Yeah,
Yeah.
and so that was one. That was I like the fashion industry, and then I was curious about the music industry. So I was like, I need to. Okay, I need to see the camera. Okay, now I was saying like I like the fashion industry, the music industry. So I did both just to compare
Just a
both,
okay.
so I could see what's the different and what's matching, the best for me, right?
Yeah.
Um, but both it was very interesting. It's very different. Um, I would be okay to come back to meet people. Now I have my clothing line
Yeah. Oh
at this
yeah. You
point.
can clothe them, make custom designs for them. So
Yeah, the
real
custom.
quick, before we go deeper into that, give me the backstory because I understand you have some heritage in Africa. You grew up in Geneva, Switzerland, right? Your dad's Indian, mother's from Africa, grandmother's in Africa. So you spent some time out there. Tell us about that time you spent with your grandmother and how it groomed you to get you to where you are now.
So, okay, I'm gonna start from the beginning. So I was born in Switzerland.
Okay.
I grew up in Switzerland. I did all my school, whatever in Switzerland. All my family from my mom's side, they're in Switzerland, Geneva, right? So I grew up in Geneva, which everybody know the city is the watches city, chocolate, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my dad, my parents, me and was sending me and my brothers in Africa and Zimbabwe to stay with my grandmothers and
Okay.
my family over there, which my dad is from India but born in Africa. So I never been in India. I only know Africa because my Indian family they come from Mauritius, India. They always come from different part, and then they moved to Africa around 18th century.
Oh wow.
And then so my dad.
Yep, there she go. She'll be right back. Don't worry about it. Hang on, y'all. Just hang on. She'll be right back. Commercial break. There she goes. She's back at it. Let's get it. You back? Let's go.
My dad, he wanted to send me and my brothers to Africa, and then stay with my family there. My grandmother, she's a fashion designer, so she had a sewing
Mm.
machine at home. She was doing all the stuff, and then I was the only girl in my family. That there's only guys. My brothers are my cousin, but there's no girl. That was the only girl. It was me, and then
Right.
because they were Muslim, they want me to stay at home and do all this girl stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to cook. I had to do the same. I had to do everything like at this point, which is good.
Right.
I thanks my grandmother for that because now I know how to cook, I know how to sewing, do all this fashion line. So I'm very thankful for that. And she teach me a lot at this point. How to sewing, cut the pattern, and then tricot. I don't know say tricot in French. You say tricot. It's like you have to knit.
Oh, knitting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and she teach me all that. So we were staying 2 months a year in Zimbabwe. You know where Zimbabwe?
Yeah, yeah. So 2 months
Yeah,
out of the year you would stay in Zimbabwe.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah. So
And
yeah.
2 months is a lot, right? So
Yeah.
I
Two
mean,
months
when
old.
you're
Fine.
kids and then you go there like for 12 years straight, every year is 2 months and you stay there, which is good. So I learned a lot from her, and then
Would you
you
would you
know
consider yourself a seamstress? Because I mean, let's be clear. You make custom designs. You don't outsource. I don't believe you outsource your product, right? Like you don't buy product and sell it. You make all of it, correct?
Yeah, yeah, I'm a fashion designer, so my job is to design stuff, and then I know how to sewing as well. But I'm a seamstress and fashion designer, but my job is fashion design is to design outfits, and
Okay.
then I pass my idea to the seamstress. But for now, I'm trying to be on my team. I have few seamstresses that work with me,
Okay.
and then so anytime I have an idea, I say, okay, let's do this. I have a pattern, I have the fabric, let's put it together, and then they do that for me, and then I put it into my store.
Okay. So
So,
now,
the,
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. So the things I was saying. So yeah, that's what happened. I grew up, Geneva, and I was going to Africa a lot, like for 12 years, and then I learned how to do all the stuff. And I went to art school in Switzerland to learn graphic design. So I did all the marketing stuff. And after that, I went to university to learn how to do communication design. So I learned the whole aspect about how to sell the product, doing the marketing, create a logo. So I did everything. I'm
Oh
like
wow.
doing
Okay.
everything: logo, design, flyers, business card, designing outfit, put it together, and then I decided to stick with that. So my idea was to go back to the state, but it was too hard for me because of the paper situation.
Oh, citizenship and all that, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm Swiss. I have a Swiss passport, so it
Okay.
was hard for me to get the green card
Right.
at this time. So I decided to go to Montreal, to Canada, because they speak French over there. So I was like, okay, maybe I should go there and then maybe figure out from there, and then I would be able to travel in the state back and forth. And I didn't like really. I mean, Montreal is good, but I didn't want to stay that long because it's like winter -30 for like 7 months,
Oh
8 years.
hell no. Minus
Switzerland
30?
is okay, but Montreal, this is another level of snow. There's a lot of snow out
Oh
there.
my god.
I like
No.
snow, but I like all the season, right?
Mm-mm.
And
I'm good on
Montreal
it.
is way too cold for me.
Yeah, I'm good on that. New York was enough for me. Ah, yeah, yeah. You keep that snow.
Yeah, I mean it's beautiful. I love snow. I grew up in the snow. It's it's all white. It's good. Like, but
Yeah.
that's it for 2 months, and just want to change, right? So that's it. So after that, I went to Vancouver.
She'll be right back. Short commercial break. Short commercial break. She'll be right back in. Don't worry about it. She'll be right back. There she goes. And we're off. There you go.
I'm back.
Hey, I got a quick question. I got a quick question. So I see that some of your patterns are, I feel like they're African influenced, right?
Yeah,
From your
yeah.
grandmother being in that, and
It
yeah.
is.
Okay.
It is because the idea on my collection is to create be inspired from all the country that I went to. And
Okay.
then I've been traveling a lot, so I have a lot of country to do at this point. But
How many?
Africa was one of the main idea that comes with the design. And
Okay.
this is like South Asian style. This is African,
Yep.
the one we see. And the fabric from Zimbabwe actually. And this is a different style. This is Indian, more like South
Yep.
Asian. This is more European, I would say. Um, and this is South Asian for sure.
South Asian.
Even the fabric from India,
What
and this
about
is
this?
me with my dress. This is in the snow, yeah. But the idea is to get yeah. This one is that South Asian mix, so I mix all the culture, just because I'm inspired by
What is
that.
that? Asian?
This is Asian, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I love it though.
Thank
Very
you,
talented. Very talented. Are
thank
you
you.
so you say you're building your team, you got two seamstress. Do you plan on like doing fashion shows? And I mean, you've got a whole degree in marketing and all that. So like what is your plan moving forward to like really get it going? Cuz I know you just and congratulations cuz you just got your showroom, right?
Yeah, I open a shop, a small shop.
Yeah.
Like a store. So I open a store, so you can see that's the first rack that I have with all my stuff in it.
Okay.
But I just opened like an office store where I can showcase all my stuff, and then I can receive all my clients. Say, oh, okay, the lady wants to come in, she wants to have some idea. She's like, okay, I have an event, a wedding dress. I need this and this and this, and I'm taking all the measure, and then talking to the client, giving her ID sketch, and
Okay.
go from there. And then we choose the fabric, and then I go with the seamstress, and then we just make it. So I'm gonna open it in September.
Okay.
Um, Normally this week, if everything's okay, and then I'm gonna start working from there by next week.
Oh, that's gonna be super dope. Congratulations. That's big,
Thank you.
man.
Yeah, so it's pretty exciting. I mean, it's because I actually the whole history is that I moved to Vancouver, and I was working for as an account manager for an accounting software,
Hmm.
and now I just switched back to my career because I had to do that for my paper as well.
Okay.
So I had to put everything together, but as well I was learning, as well.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And
just very loud.
it's just some cats in the background playing, y'all. Don't worry about it.
A lot of cats.
Yeah, she just had like 7 kittens, so it's all good. Anything goes on the Cool Card Show. It's all
I'm
love.
selling them.
Yeah, it's all good,
Oh,
man. And congratulations on getting your papers too. You just got your papers, right? So you're good to
yeah,
go.
I got my PR in March, last March.
Okay.
But I learned a lot with the company because I was learning English. My English wasn't that good. I started in 2019, and I could practice a lot, and I was learning a lot, and I did not know Canada that well, but because
Mm,
of this company, I was able to do a lot. So I was thankful that they hired me, and then now I can open my own store, and
yeah.
then put everything together, just go further to my goal, right? And then my idea and my dreams,
Yeah, it's go
and then from
time
there,
now.
now I'm gonna start traveling back in the state, back and forth. So I'm planning to go to New York as well, and then go back to LA, and just back and forth until
Yeah.
I can set up shows, and start dressing up people as well.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Are you gonna try to participate in New York Fashion Week and all of that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna start. I want to do the Fashion Week in Paris first.
She'll be right back. She'll be right back. Yes, indeed. Oh, I love it though. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so Paris first, right?
I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with my anyway, but
Don't worry about it.
yeah, I want to go back. Yeah, I want to go back in Paris to do my fashion show there, and then doing another one in LA, and then probably one in New York as well.
Okay.
And
How does one get to participate? Or I mean, how do you even put on a fashion show in like say Paris? Do you have to get in with some type of organization? How does that even work?
so first you have to contact the organization, the one who set it up all the fashion show, and then you have to be selected as a designer. So,
Okay.
but there's a fees as well that you need to pay. But if they like your collection and then they see that everything is up to date, they let you get in. But so many designers trying to get in, it's one of the biggest fashion show, and then there's a lot in
Right.
Paris. So you have to know people, and then you have to get the right contact to get in. But I already have those contacts because I was working in the industry for Christian Dior.
Right.
And now I'm just waiting for the moment for me to be ready and go there. All my collection will be ready to go. But you need to get the right contact and then pay the fees, and then you get in with your collection. So you have to do at least 12 pieces. And that's it at this point.
Okay. And are you gonna source your models from out there? Or are you gonna
Yeah,
get
they
them from
have model actually. They do have
Oh,
models, so
oh,
they
okay.
put it together. We just have to pay for the show, for the organization and everything else. And
Right.
then we bring all the collection, and then they set it up, the makeup, everything's together, and then it goes into the magazine as well.
Okay.
The magazine, all the marketing, like journalists, magazine, whatever, TV shows, they're all gonna be there. It's all included. So you have to be ready whenever you showcase your stuff.
Okay.
But in order to get there, you have to be ready for after, for the next step, right?
Right.
Because I see so many people they start, and then they design whatever they have collection, and then they showcase, and then imagine things like it's gonna start very well, and they're not ready. They don't have any, you know, anything,
Yeah,
no team.
they're not ready for the moment.
Yeah, they're not ready. So you have to be ready if you want success, and then you pass the stage. You need to be ready, and then be careful, like when you pass the stage, because once you put the light on you, you have to be ready.
Yeah,
You
for
have
sure.
to
You
be
got to be
there.
able to keep going. Yeah.
You have to be, yeah, keep going, and then don't, go back, right? So,
Right.
I'm waiting for this moment to get there, but um, but because I opened my stores now, I'll be able to set up a new collection and then put everything together, and then probably next year I'm gonna start doing all the fashion show.
That's gonna be dope. Let me
Oh, there
know.
was another thing that I did. It was I went to Vegas for Magic Week.
The
I
magic
don't know
show.
if you
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there and it was nice. There's so many artists actually. will showcase like the brand. You know, a lot of artists like
Yeah.
Ti. So many artists was there, and then it was showcasing all the brands they have. So
So
it was interesting to see.
you had your collection in it,
No, I just
or
went there.
just went there? Okay.
Yeah, I was invited to see the show, so I
Okay.
went in there and then I see everybody's brands. And then
Got
this is how I got the idea. I was like, oh, this is nice, music industry and fashion,
you. Yeah.
and you know, I was trying to put it together at this point. So,
Okay. Do you consider? Can you explain what is it haute couture? Is that what it's called?
haute couture.
Haute couture. Explain what that is, and do you consider your style that? I don't even know. I mean, I might be speaking out of
Haute couture, yeah, haute couture is mean when you design your own stuff,
okay.
right? And it's handmade haute couture,
Mm, okay.
and it's the way they're sewing. There's a technique that he's using for dresses, whatever. But we call
Okay. Don't worry, she'll be right back. It's all good. It's all good. She'll be right back with the juice. I don't know what's going on with the connection.
sorry, it's pretty annoying, but anyway,
Yeah.
catch up.
We're gonna get through. We're gonna get through, girl. We can't let it stop the show. So okay,
Yeah.
so it's about the sewing and what?
So haute couture, yeah, haute couture is the way you design your item and then how you sewing and put it together, and then that's how we call haute couture, right? So it's a French word that comes Paris from Paris, and we
Mm,
only use that only if you really follow up all the couture law, right? So yeah, it's about designing your own unique design with the
okay.
highest, technique to use for
Right.
dresses, and this is why expensive.
Okay. And do
It's
you
not
use that?
a $200, $300 of dresses. It goes up to 2,000 and up.
Right.
It's different, gown dress, how much time you spend on it, what's the cost of the fabric that you include into it, and and then you have to pay for the labors, all everything together. So
So if you don't mind me asking, what's kind of like the range for your line? The price.
prices,
Yeah.
prices it goes between, I would say, minimum 300 up to 4,000, five
Okay.
thousand. It's different. If it's a wedding dress, it's gonna go up,
Right.
but it's between 300 and up. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I love it. I
it's
love
a
it.
lot of work.
I love it. I love it. Is it a challenge for you to try to design something for a certain body type? And do you focus on a certain body type?
Um, well, if the client come in and it's, she's not slim or whatever, there's no body type, right? I just have to put whatever they're asking for.
Okay.
But when it comes to designing stuff for the fashion show, I will have to follow up. Everybody's, it's different. It's different sizes, but I would like to go to medium sizes and not like the small or extra small,
Mm.
but something normal that not what we see in Europe where they look so slim
Right.
with bones that's coming up. I don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want the nice form, like beautiful body type of woman that she's
Yeah.
supposed to look like, not something so flat with nothing.
Yeah.
So that's not
Looks
what I
like the
want.
dress is like hanging on a hanger.
Yeah, that's not what we want, right?
No, man, because that's not average. That's not the average body type. So
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So I want something different. So if I do a fashion show, I hope I can follow this stuff. But usually they have their own models, so
Mm.
you
So
know.
then, so if they have their own models and they choose them real slim, you have to design something that's gonna be able to fit them, correct?
Yeah, they tell me the sizes, but usually the size we know the size is extra small, with no form. It's just the flat.
Oh man.
I know, right? And then it just, it's annoying because if I have my own, design, I don't want the splat things, with my design. It got nothing to do with that.
Right. Right. It's not gonna
And
showcase.
I don't think it's good for a woman to see that. It's very especially in Europe. Like girls, they're very frustrated when they see model that they're very slim, on the magazine,
Yeah.
and they're trying to look like that. They don't even eat. They don't do
Right.
nothing. Yeah, at this
Right.
point.
The bulimic, throwing up their food. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they become anorexic. We call it anorexic in English.
Yeah. Sick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's just not normal though. It's not. I mean, it's not realistic. The average body type is not that. So why would you showcase your clothes in that? You know, and,
exactly.
and and a lot of them they'll do one-off pieces for celebrities and stuff like that, and the majority of them are not that body type.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and that's your biggest
But
advertiser right there is a celebrity,
yeah,
right?
but
We'll get it back. We'll get it back. It's been a night, y'all. It's been a night. It's been a night. She'll be right back. I don't know what's going on. This Vancouver to Atlanta connection is the
maybe
Vancouver
I
to
should.
Atlanta connection is not going down tonight.
Hey, it looks like I'm in Africa right now. I'm not.
I know. I like I was telling you, I've had some African guests on here. People I won't say African guests from Africa on here, and I would deal with it, but not as much though. It would go in and out, but not like this. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we
She's
got
talking
cats
a
in.
lot. Look, you
Yeah, we
see, that's
got
a
cats in the.
bagel.
Is that the mother? Is that a?
Yeah, that's the mother. That's the
Okay.
mom. You
And she
see,
has 7 of them things, huh?
7 babies.
What's her
Say
name?
hi. She's like, give me some food. You didn't give me food. It's like
What's
seven
what's her
girls.
name?
Ayana.
Ayana.
Yeah.
How long you had her?
3 years now.
3 years. Okay. Is that the first litter?
No,
No, it's
4.
So I mean, are you breeding her or is she getting out in the yard and somebody getting at her?
Well, there's a male. The dad is right here.
Oh, you got okay,
Uh,
all right.
yeah, he's here. So I have both of them.
Okay,
But I
got
breed
you.
them. Still, I
So you
breed.
do breed them.
Yeah.
Okay, shoot. Little, hey, that's a side hustle. A little extra income. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
lot of income though.
Right. Yeah, yeah. That'll fund the designs for sure. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. So tell everybody where they can find you, the website, all that.
Okay, so my website is under my name, www.samiacader.com. And everybody, if they come to Canada, Vancouver, you can check online. You put Samia Cader on the map, you will see it's gonna show up. And then there's the address on it. So I'm gonna be open on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, probably Sunday.
So if somebody wants to reach out to you to get a custom design, is there an email on the website or they need to DM you
Yeah,
on Instagram? Okay.
yeah. Or even on my Instagram, you can go on the emails. There's
You got a link on
uh,
there.
but yeah, you can click on the button, or even on the website. There's a contact information. You can just fill the form, and then I will get it into my emails, so we can just go there, and then I will
Okay.
contact you whatever the request is at this point. But this is now I'm in Vancouver, and I need to get out a little bit more and back and forth. Um, I'm gonna be ready to go back in the state as well and start to get back where I
Start
started.
net start networking. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Cause yeah, pretty much at this
Yeah.
point.
Well,
So
you're on your
I'm
way.
thinking about going back to LA and start doing shows over there as well.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Um, I want to, design stuff for celebrities as well, for the movies industry.
Yeah.
For the red carpet, this is more my style. Anybody in the music industry as well, there's not a issue with that. I'm ready to, I'm open, so it's okay.
Well, if I run
And
across anybody that's looking for some unique designs, I will definitely send them your way because I mean, your stuff is great.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
great. Yeah.
So as you can see, I do a lot of dresses, and then when I'm ready, I will start doing stuff for men as well later on. Um, it's gonna be
Or
like a lot of sweaters and stuff, like very classic one, not something that come from the hood or whatever. Right? I want something
yeah.
very high trend, very European, and this is what I'm trying to bring out to the state or America, I would say, the European style. Um, because I grew up there like that, right? Like even when I go to the grocery stores, I dress up. Here, the girls, they don't dress up to go to the grocery stores, and the state is the same. Nobody dress up to go to the grocery stores. I do dress up to go to the grocery stores, so I like to dress up all the time.
Yeah,
And I
it look.
think, it's just a way of presenting yourself.
Yeah,
You never
exactly.
know who you're gonna meet. Like Geneva is a small city, everybody know each other. Um, you have to be ready. Like you're not gonna be dressed up like.
She'll be right back. She'll be right back. We've been dealing all night, but she'll be right back. There she goes. It's just commercial breaks, Samia. It's just
Did you
commercial.
add it?
It's just commercial breaks. We gotta pay the bills around here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, next time you should put the commercial music or whatever between because
I
I
know.
don't know
Well,
what's
you.
going on. I try to.
It's all good. Don't worry
Maybe
about
it's
it.
my phone.
Don't worry about it. We had a great conversation in and out. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. If I'm not worried about it, you don't worry about it. It's all good. The quality looks great. It just cuts off and then you come back. It's commercial breaks. It's all good. It's all good,
Oh,
man.
I forgot to ask you. Actually, are you born on the same day as me?
Yeah, we got the same birthday. We share the same birthday. You
Are you
remember?
sorry? Like I couldn't believe that. Like no way, this is not possible. Are you born 11 March?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Just like
Isn't
you.
funny? That is
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
Like
cuz I
how
mean,
come?
I think like right after you left like we used to keep in touch like on our birthday like happy birthday.
Yeah,
Right?
I was
Yeah.
telling her, and I sometimes like happy birthday. That was my birthday, and you say happy birthday, and I said happy birthday to you. And
Yeah.
it was just like on the same day. It's just so weird. It never happened to me before, and then it's just
Nah,
like
me
so
either.
funny.
Me either at all. You're the first for real.
And I'm
Yep.
not even, I'm not even coming from the States. So that's
Yeah.
funny. I'm from overseas, Switzerland. It's not even like
Switzerland.
next.
All across, yeah,
Mhm.
across the world. Other side
But
of the world.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a small world at the same time. And I think we are connected indirectly. And
Yep.
then, there's a sign that say we had to meet each other. And then today you have a show, you invited me, and then look, you
Yep.
see,
Now we
I
back
opened
at
my,
it.
yeah, I opened my company, my clothing line. You have your own
Yep.
show, and that's good. You match.
Yeah, man.
So,
Yeah.
when did you started doing the show?
4 years ago. It's gonna be 4 years in December.
Nice. And why
Yeah.
did you want to start the show?
Because I was just tired of seeing on social media people really wanting to get information and other people taking advantage of them with these master classes and all that. And I can't say all master classes are not um legit, I guess you say. But there's a lot of those master classes out there where people are claiming that they're these gurus and they're only making money off the people buying the master class. They really don't even know the information. They're just regurgitating something they've grabbed offline. And and then they leave them with a cliffhanger. They'll say, "Oh, at the end of the class, it's like, oh, if you really want to learn what I advertised that you were going to learn, pay me for this second course," and so on and so forth. So I just got tired of that, and I was doing like tech review because I did this show in the streets. I used to go to clubs, like award shows and stuff like that, interviewing. Had a camera guy, and then he kind of like faded out of the picture. So then I turned to doing like tech review for like a year or so, maybe 2 years, I don't know, on YouTube. And I loved gadgets, I love tech, but I was missing that human aspect of it, like just communicating with a human, right? And so I just needed more, and I pondered for like another year trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do, and then this just came to me like this is what I need to be doing. I need to be grabbing people like you and putting them on my platform, and you can give them the game. You can tell them about fashion design, how to get started, what it takes to open a store. You see what I'm saying? Like people need to know these things, but on Instagram and all these other social media sites, people are not giving that information because it's all about look at me. You know what I mean? So they're not gonna give you the grit and the hard, the uphill struggles and the battles and stuff that they had to go through. And then a lot of
Yeah.
people are lying on online too. So, you know, so I just like to bring people that's gonna be transparent about what they've gone through. Because entrepreneurship is never easy, and I bring people on that work 9 to 5s as well. It's just the journey. People need to know the journey, and you're not getting that online. And then you can go on YouTube and you can go on Google, but then you're confused when you get all that mixed information because there's so many people and so many sources. Now you're confused. You don't know what to use, where to start. And there we go. Another commercial break, but we'll be right back. Should be right back. Yes, indeed. There we go. So as I was
You don't know
saying,
what
yeah, it's just a commercial. Like I said, it's just a commercial. We're gonna keep your fashion
commercial.
showing right there,
Commercial avec you.
paying the bills.
Oh
But yeah,
God.
so it was just that, I just felt I needed to play my part in the ecosystem, and I just have a passion for helping people and just seeing people do good. Anybody that knows me, I support like crazy online. If I follow you, and if I see you online, if I see your post, because the algorithm plays all these crazy games, you don't see everybody's post. But if I see your post, I'm just gonna like it because I know what you're trying to do. Especially if you're a business owner, if you're an actor, if you're a musician or whatever, you're promoting yourself. I get it. So I'll just like it. And a lot of people won't even do that. So
Yeah.
I just try to play my part, and that's just really
Yeah.
it. So
No, you're right.
yeah. So
We
yeah,
need you. I mean, people as like me, whatever, people want to start a business. We need people like that. Um,
absolutely.
that understand how much works it is for us to put everything together.
Yeah.
And when it comes to promoting online, this is another marketing stuff. This is another job, right?
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's always good to have somebody that be interested about your stuff and then wants to promote it without asking you for money, whatever, because at the
Exactly.
end of the day you're gaining, we both winning, right?
Yep.
Because it's your show, and then you need somebody like us that have a business going on, and then we put it together, both together,
Yeah.
so which is good. And
Yeah.
I think more people should do that way instead of being upfront, say, "Oh, you need to pay me for that, whatever." But at the end of the day, even if you don't get paid for that, then you're winning anyway because you get credit.
Exactly.
That's
We're
how it
helping each
works.
other.
You work for
We're
credit,
helping
right?
each other. I wouldn't have a show if I didn't have you to interview. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to shine a light on you. You're dope. You have dope designs. You're doing great things. So I want to shine a light on you. You know what I mean? Why not? Why not?
But okay, one thing I have a question for you. So if you did not like my design, you would still do the show?
No. Mm-mm. No. No, I'm being for real. Like I'm very selective. I'm very
Yeah.
selective when it comes to my guests. I don't just bring anybody on here, and you have to uh my I have to have the audience for you, right? I'm not going to bring somebody on here that's I can't nah, I ain't going to use that. But yeah, my audience is my audience, and I have to have the right people for the audience, right? So, but if I feel like it's not great, and I try to support everybody. But if it's
Yeah.
terrible, it's just terrible. You know what I mean? But if I see potential and it's not great, but I see potential, I'll still bring you on. But if it's terrible, I'm not gonna bring you on. If you reach out to me, I might try to give you some encouragement or something. I don't know, but I don't just bring anybody on. I'm
Ah,
very selective. I gotta choose you. Some people reach out to me and say, "Hey, can I come on the show?" And then I'll say, "Send me your stuff. Let me check it out."
yeah.
And I don't try to be like, "Oh, high and mighty," like, "Oh, let me look at your stuff and you're not good enough." Nah, but it has to make sense. You know what I'm saying? You can't just throw everybody on a platform. It might not be for them. My audience might not even like it. So what good is it?
Mm.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
then
So
so if I ask you what do you think about my design, do you like it? Or
I love it. I
because
told you
I'm from
that.
Europe, right? So it's pretty different than what the state does, I would say.
Very different. It's very unique, very original. And like I said, you're pulling like from just like you said, you have accents of all the cultures that you've been, that you've dove into, you've experienced throughout your life. Like I love it. It's all a gumbo of that, and it creates something great and something unique that I haven't seen. Like I love your designs. I've always loved your designs. So yeah, I mean that's the God honest truth. If I don't like it, there we go, another commercial break. You're right back. Lordy. I don't know what's going on tonight. There she goes.
Sorry.
No, I'm very upfront and blunt. So if I didn't like something, I would let you know. But if I didn't like
Okay.
it, you probably wouldn't be on the show.
Good to know. Thank you.
For
I just
real.
want to make sure,
No,
No,
for
but I
sure.
mean, I'm glad that my job, my works, people like it, right? And then they can see, that I'm trying to be different. I
Yeah,
don't want to be like everybody. And I get inspired by all the traveling that I've done in the past. I've been traveling for like probably 22 countries altogether. So
yeah,
I've been traveling a lot, and this is my things. I need to travel to get inspired.
absolutely.
I need to meet people with different culture, different language, different background,
Yep.
and I think Canada or the state people doesn't traveling a lot, and
Yeah.
it give you like smaller spirit. I would
Yeah,
say
you're
like very
marginalized.
focus on what they see on TV,
Yeah, they're
and
marginalized, and that's why everybody bandwagons because they don't get out enough. They don't create the experiences that they should be creating for themselves to, you know what I mean, to just be innovative. At the end of the day,
yeah,
a creative needs new experiences to
yeah,
stay
and
motivated,
then
to stay
show
inspired.
to the public. Like you want to show to the public, like say, okay, this is my work as an artist.
Yep.
Because I consider myself as an artist. I do painting as well. I did some painting on the fabric as well, and
Mm,
I'm gonna go, on this, direction too. But it's like all the artists, they have their own. You have to get your own signature, right? So when you present your works, you have to
yeah.
present something that means something.
Right.
It goes from somewhere. And I also move in Canada because Canada is the nature is beautiful. It's like I sent you the pictures, right? You saw
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Very beautiful.
So it's beautiful. Like you can get there's so many places to go in Canada that you can find it nowhere in
Yeah.
the world. And I've
Well,
been traveling a lot, but I think Canada has something very special when it comes to landscape, view, nature, and then I get inspired from that, and that's
all
what
of
I
that.
do.
All of that's inspirational. All of that. I love
Yeah,
nature. I love it,
exactly,
man. Yeah.
exactly. And
As
then
as creatives, we
there's
need that.
yeah, and then even when you see animals like the Bengal, it's like half Asian leopard. I like them
Yeah.
because they have patches, and I love leopards, and they're very smart. Like they're acting like dogs. Honestly, they're very
Really?
smart. They
Oh,
communicate. Yeah, definitely.
that's dope.
But I like the design. It's for me. It's watching the design. I see a design, the patch, and
Right.
I get inspired. So whenever I see that, then I might get inspired for my next collection, for example.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
if I go in Mexico, for example, and I go swim in the sea, and I do snorkeling, I see all the different fish with different background, like different
Yeah.
layout, colors, exotic, yellow, purple, whatever the colors is, and I get inspired by that. If
Yeah.
I sit and watch TV the whole day like a lot of people does, I have no inspiration at all. So that's why I don't watch TV that much
Yeah.
at this
All
point. But I'm mostly outdoor person, so I go outside and whatever I see, I try to translate the image into my design.
yeah.
So whatever, like some of the design you show, like the fashion show, the pictures that you posted, that
Mhm.
was one of the fashion show that I did for my school back in the day when I was studying as a fashion designer, because I went to school as well in Vancouver. I forgot to mention that before I worked for the other company, but
Okay.
I used to be a student and I worked for Blanche McDonald, not work, study for Blanche McDonald as a fashion designer, and I graduated. So I studied 2 years, and they teach me all the stuff like the sewing and pattern making and everything together.
Right. Okay. Should be right back. Right back. This is weird tonight. It's never done this, but it's all good. The show must go on. We back at it. Don't worry about it.
And so yeah,
No.
so so because I learned all that, and then as an artist, I need to get inspired. So that's why I need to traveling a lot. I need to be outside, um, just looking at the nature. Sorry,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
cats.
I will say, being entertained all the time can be a dream killer, a dream stiller, because you don't get inspired. You get numb. You're just being entertained, getting numb, watching other people be great.
Yeah, and then when I was in the state, I found out that people was very small mind in a way that they look at each other and then they trying to compete with each other, right?
Oh man, it's bad.
And
It's bad. And
I'm
social
like,
media promotes that a lot too, so it's even worse.
yeah, but I'm like, you need to step out from that and then bring a different
Bring
idea,
something different
different
to the
words that
table.
you need to be, yeah, instead of copy
Give-
each other, trying to get better
Yeah,
than the other one, and then it doesn't make sense, right? But if you put work into it, a lot of research, and stuff, your work's gonna come out differently. Um,
absolutely.
I would say, and then I think because people that I'm traveling a lot because my parents put me into that to traveling, right, since
Yeah, so you've been
young.
doing that. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
you
and a
know.
lot of people in the state doesn't travel because state is so big. They go to Florida, New York, whatever. There's so
Mm-hmm.
many spots to go, right? Or even Canada. Sometimes they go to Canada, but that's it. They don't go overseas like Europe, or if they go, probably Italy. But now they're starting to go to Africa as well. But
Yeah,
it's just getting started. Like people trying to, they understand that there's not only the state. You need to get out of that. It's like
it's a whole world out there, man. And when you get
yeah,
out there, you realize that people are just people too. The media will depict things the way they want to do it and shape your mind. But when you get overseas, man, you just realize people just want love, happiness, good health, wealth, and just be good, man. Just live a good life. And we're all the same. We really are. And you get over there and you see it. Um, I was amazed, you know what I'm saying? Because like the media have you thinking certain things, and then when you get over there and see it for yourself, it's like, man, we're all the same. We all want
yeah,
the same things. We all love the same things. You know what I
yeah. And I
mean?
think people should help each other more.
Yeah,
It's not about being selfish at this
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Um, it's not about being okay. I done this for you, so now you owe me this. That's
Mm-hmm.
not helping. Like you get my point.
Yeah,
That's not helping at all. You just have to be. Whatever you do is gonna come back to you anyway.
absolutely.
So whatever you do for people is gonna come back to you anyway. So I think people should help each other, and then it's not just be sitting on your corner and do whatever you need to do on your own, and you think you're gonna make it. I don't believe in that. I believe in collaboration. I
Oh, yeah,
believe in helping each other, and then you will see the outline is gonna get different at this
yeah.
point. So
A lot of
I
people that
appreciate the
think
fact
that,
that you invited me at your show.
oh, no doubt.
I mean, it's nice because
And once you
it's
start
just
doing, and once you start doing the fashion shows and all that, I'm gonna bring you back on so we can kind of do a recap, from where you are now to then. So we'll do that. We'll bring you
yeah. And
back
then I
on.
met you when like 10 years ago. That was a long time ago. That
10
was
years, yeah, 10 years ago.
more, yeah, almost more than 10 years. So you see the difference. Like you could see my whole
The growth,
progress from this time
yeah, the
to
growth,
now.
yeah, the journey, man.
The
It's a
journey,
journey.
yeah. And then
Yeah,
I could just go back in Switzerland and then just be like everybody. Okay, I'm just gonna get a job and then stay there and that's it.
yep,
Switzerland, like we get good money out there too. But I didn't want that. I always get out of my comfort zone. That's what I do. I get out
yeah.
of my comfort.
Regularly scheduled interruption in 3, 2, 1, and she's back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
annoying.
what self before we get out of here, what a self analysis. What's one thing that you feel that you could be doing more of or better to get you to where you're going?
What the next thing I want to do? You mean?
No. What's one thing that you feel that you could be doing more of or better to get you to where you're going? Is there one thing you feel that you could be doing more of, you could be better at?
Uh, I know, like, there's so many techniques that I need to learn in the sewing as well, and then design. Because when I design, I need to know the technique aspect of it.
Mm,
It's not just designing, right? Because if
right.
you design it and then you put it on the table, so how am I going to put that together? It
Hey.
doesn't match.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense, right? So I need to be careful when I design, how technically I'm going to put that together. So
Okay.
I need to get better into that at this point. I know there's so many stuff to learn, uh, and this, it's going to take your whole career to put everything together at this point. And then it's like artists when they're painting, like Picasso when he started, the design was very different from the beginning of the career at the end of the career because he was trying
Right.
to search. And my situation is the same. So I'm trying to get better and better that way at this point.
Okay.
Trying to move on. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, one last time, your website is
Yeah.
www.samiacaderdesign.com.
That come.
Check her out. Check out the designs. You've seen them. I put up a million pictures, man. If you can't, I mean,
Yeah.
she does great, phenomenal work. Very unique, very skilled at what she does, man. Show us some love. Let us know when the shop is officially open. Hit me in the DM. We'll stay in touch. Do you have the same number? You can't have the same Atlanta number, right? Okay.
No.
I'll hit you in the DM. Hit me in the DM. Keep in touch, please. Just
Okay.
let me know your progress. I'll be rooting you on, praying for you, all that good stuff. I know you're gonna continue to be great at what you do. Um, yeah, man, and just keep moving, keep moving. You're
Thank you.
doing the right thing. Congratulations on on your shop.
Thank you.
Congratulations just on your journey and all of your accomplishments, man. I'm proud of
Yeah,
you
thanks
for
so
real.
much for inviting me at this point. I appreciate it a lot. Sorry for the connection. I don't know what's going on. Just
Girl, what I tell you,
what
don't
about
worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's all good. It's all good.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. No, that was cool. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. I
no
appreciate it. And
doubt.
then I hope, whenever you come to Vancouver, let me know and I will show you the shop. And then I
Okay,
can see, I can show you all that. And then, you have my social media, contact information, my emails as well. So,
for sure, for sure.
all good.
Definitely
And
keep
then
in
if
touch.
you know any girls that need a dress, let me know. Call
I
me.
will. I definitely will. I promise you I will. Because I don't
Okay.
know anybody else like you. I don't know any designers like, I don't think I know one that's out here. But yeah, I'll keep, yes, definitely. Keep you on I can't say speed dial, I don't have your number no more. But I'll definitely hit you up and let you know and send the referral your way for sure.
Good to know. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Everybody, thank
Thanks.
you for tuning in tonight. You know where I'm at every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, kicking it with somebody cool like Samia Cader. Make sure you check her out. Lower Third has all of her Instagram information there. You can go and follow her on Instagram. You can follow her on Facebook, TikTok. I think she has it all, YouTube, all that. Samia Cader, Summit Samia Cader designer. All of it. You can find her. Google her. She's doing a thing, y'all. Peace and love. We appreciate you guys. Until next time, we are out. Thank you, Samia. I really appreciate you
Thank you.
coming on and continue
Thank
being
you.
great. I'll be praying for you. We are out of
Thank you
here.
so much. Thanks. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.